And we're live again. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. This is the second part of the busted scene. And in the previous scene, we saw Kaylee and Owen returning from their ghoul time of fun, I guess. And they got caught by Bitte and Jacob, who were kind of worried about Kaylee not having returned home for a while and also having left a weird note. So they were kind of a bit angry, a bit worried, and they decided, well, maybe we should give him some punishments. In the end, Owen and Kaylee managed to talk their way out of things mostly. Um, and then Jacob decided, you know what, let's take him to the hospital where they met with Sally, a small girl suffering from cancer. And Jacob gave Kaylee quite a scare when he told her that she was gonna donate her hair to this Sally. At which point, after a few niceties, they left and went driving to a, for most of them except for Owen, unknown location. So they stop at a house, walk over to the door, and the door opens, and behind it we find.
Whoa! Deja vu, dude. I like this deja vu that I opened the door just now and said, whoa, dude, can I help you with something? But now I have to. Did I say it already?
Jacob looks at Kaylee. Hmm, do you think his lock matches yours?
Kaylee is just staring at Jacob and then at this guy in the doorway. I guess.
You guys
Good.
here for the party?
Yes, we are here for a party.
Awesome.
We were invited by Santos. You know Santos, don't you?
The guy squints his eye a bit. Yeah, Santos. It sounds a bit like Santa. Yeah. Yeah, I know the dude. Come on in, dudes. Come on in.
Jacob will gesture for Bitte and Kaylee to, go. Ladies first.
Bitte will wrap her arm around Kaylee's shoulder and escort her through the door.
Kaylee just looks generally a bit awkward, and she's glancing back behind to Jacob and Owen, and she she walks with Bitte, but Bitte can feel a little bit of hesitation in her steps.
Bitte looks over at Kaylee and asks, Why so nervous, my dear? Isn't this what you wanted, to not lose your hair and go for someone else?
Um, I don't know, to be honest. I I don't want anyone to lose their hair, actually.
Blonde guy doesn't seem to even notice any of this conversation as he takes a big hit of a spliff. Ah. Inside the house, you can hear like those dark trance, Goa style music playing, a lot of flashy lights here and there. There's a group of people sitting in the living room, all Indian style, without any chairs, sitting around the bong, trading stories, trading joints, just having a good time. And the guy's just like, alright, what kind of stuff you like?
Oh, I'm a little bit more of a drinker myself, but I'll take a toke. Jacob will spend a blood point to activate his lungs again, just to mimic the inhalation, exhalation, breathing very deeply on the spliff and steaming it
Right
up.
on. You two do that? They don't do that?
Bitte will refuse kindly, but push Kaylee towards it.
As the guy just holds out his spliff for the little girl. Here, here, little girl. Don't worry, it's good stuff.
I'm not that little, Kaylee says as she starts to relax a little bit because she kind of feels at home in this place, and she grabs the smoke and just inhales and passes it along to Owen.
Owen, just sitting or standing at the back of this party, takes a very big, big hit, pretty much dragging about half of that spliff in one take. Alright. Alright, dude. So where are we going? It's,
Well, it's really up to Kaylee. I mean, do you see anything you like? Anything that suits your fancy? What do you think Sally would prefer?
Mm, I don't even know that girl. I mean, just I don't. And she leans in really close to Jacob, and she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to kill a guy.
Jacob, you see him sigh heavily. He leans over to Kaylee, kind of taking her under his arm. Kaylee, there's three instances wherein, as a ghoul, you should kill someone. The first is when I tell you to. The second is to defend yourself. And the third is when there's something to gain out of it. And guess what? These are all three instances. Well, except for the defending yourself part. But you gotta learn how to do it, so it kind of applies.
this guy, Colt Ricky, has left their presence for a brief second. He went into the fridge, got a couple of beer bottles, and walks over to the group again. And as he does, he sort of knocks one of the bottles against Katie's head because he doesn't quite see her that well.
Ow. Hey. Don't do that.
What? What? Do what, dude?
Just watch where you're going.
Sorry.
In seeing this ass smack the top of Kaylee's head, she'll grab onto one of his dreadlocks and pull him towards her, making him face her face to face. You should really be careful with where you're going, sir. There are people everywhere.
Yo, bitch, don't touch the dreads, dude.
That kind of gets a little enraged. I want to use my Serpentis 1 to just kind of stop him in his tracks real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the roll for that?
I don't think you have to roll anything for someone if someone is.
No, oh no, it's human. It's human.
Yeah.
It's working. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, as long as he's looking at me, I've got him. So, in that, Bitte will get very angry over hearing the word bitch being said to her. And she'll grab this guy by his chin and just stare deeply into his eyes. Her eyes starting to turn gold and amber, the irises starting to enlarge, as she just stares at him, stopping him in his tracks. You really ought to be more careful.
Hmm. Kaylee, in the meanwhile, is walking towards the kitchen. And she's gonna try and find a knife there.
Good idea. Bitte not being able to remove her eyes from this man, she's going to signal to Kaylee and Jacob to go find just anything. Just to shut this guy up and not have to deal with this idiot anymore. We gotta cut this fucker's hair off.
The guy stares at you wide-eyed, realizing that he is unable to move a single inch of his body. His eyes widen with fear.
Jacob will come up from behind the gentleman, looking. You know what? You know what? There's something I haven't done in a long time. Let's go hotbox the bathroom. Yes.
Ah, yes. Bitte will grab this axe head by his hair, staring at him the whole time. And Jacob, would you mind leading me towards the bathroom while I keep this fool in check?
Sure, of course. And as he proceeds, Jacob's going to pick up the bong, so it doesn't look suspicious that a couple people are piling into the bathroom. Owen, would you mind just watching our stuff, which really isn't there, but he's just going to say it. Do you mind watching our stuff? We're all gonna go pile into the bathroom for a bong hit. Do you mind?
Not at all. Not at all. As Owen seems all but too glad to not be part of this satanic, horrible ritual that's about to happen.
Thanks.
And he just makes his way outside because he's like, fuck it.
In the meanwhile, Kaylee is in the kitchen and she's looking for a knife. And this is, oh god, there's so much gonna rely on this conscience roll. I really want to fail this. Oh, that's a botch. That's not a fail. That's a botch. Crap.
All right, we'll notify the storytellers about this in a bit. As you're going through the various drawers, for a second there, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get a nice, clean, sharp knife. But then your eyes linger on the rusty, tetanus-filled, blunt, almost like blade. And in your mind, you're quite sure, yes, this will do just marvelously.
So, yeah, Kaylee picks up the knife and she looks at it, like, clean it a little. Fuck it. I'm not gonna clean it a little. It's not like you're gonna notice anymore. I mean, she as she is looking into walking in the kitchen, she's kind of like, she was really hesitant at first, as she actually didn't want to hurt this guy just over hair, and she was toying with the idea to basically fuck it and just cut her own hair off before they could murder this guy. But then she realizes that that guy just bumped into her like he didn't see her, and he called Bitte a bitch, and she didn't like that at all. So, fuck that dude. Screw it. She had to learn. She had to do this. Sometimes you do stuff you don't like, and sometimes, maybe you just don't care. So she's grabbing the knife, and she's also grabbing a few other knives. And she walks up, or basically to the bathroom. I just presume it was up. And she enters, and she just places the other knives. She hands them over to Jacob. just for the fuck of it. At least now no one else can grab it. She
Hmm.
has all the knives now, at least the good ones.
Well,
And
I'm sorry.
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right. Well, when you walked in, you see that Jacob and Ricky, they're kind of like sitting in the tub. They're just, doing some bong hits, and Bitte is kind of like off to the side, kind of like sitting on the sink. So you walk in and kind of get the view of what's happening, and Jacob is trying to pretend that he's getting high. Kaylee, hey sweetie, come here. Ricky, man, Kaylee is seriously like my daughter. I love this little girl. I love this little one. But do you love this little one? Because I love this little one.
Oh, I more than love this little one. This little one's an awesome little one. She needs to be around and shared with everybody. Don't you agree, Jacob?
I do. She has like so much love to give. It's heartwarming. Ricky, buddy, pal, check this out. Kaylee, you're gonna get in the tub with Ricky. Come here. Come on. No. Come on. Come on. You see Jacob climbing out, and he's waving over to you. Come on.
Fine. And Kaylee is gonna step into the bathtub. She's actually not gonna sit in the bathtub because that would move her, or that would hamper her movability. But she's gonna sit on the edge with her legs in the tub, and she's just now actually kind of looking down on Ricky, and she's just not actually grabbing his dreads, but just laying her hand on the shaved off side of his head.
Quick question.
hmm
As Kaylee gets in the tub, does that mean that Ricky breaks eye contact with Bitte? Because I'm quite sure that it's very difficult to do this.
I guess we could say that when we got towards the bathroom, you started to calm down and Bitte chose to break it.
Well, I mean, now it's for certain that the eye
It's
contact is
broken.
broken.
Yeah. Okay, so Bitte sitting on the bathtub, not on the bathtub, on the sink, kicking her feet back and forth. She'll look over at Kaylee and then glance at Ricky and then glance back at Kaylee and then glance back at Ricky and say, "Hey, you two have almost the same kind of hair. Isn't that a coincidence?"
I have no idea what the fuck you guys want, but if that's money, I don't have it.
Kaylee at this point is actually she's gonna grab his jaw, and she's gonna turn his head, this time in her direction, because she's gonna try something. Let's see if it works. Please let it work. Oh fuck, it doesn't work. So too bad, so sad. She's just gonna stare him in the eyes, and she's just gonna whisper, "Silence."
For a second there, you think he might actually listen. And then, this is gonna hurt you so much.
Uh-oh.
He gets out a blade and stabs you.
Aw, bitch!
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's cool. She didn't see it coming, so I'm not gonna be able to duck my way out of this. Oh wait, I was like, what? I have this much with the ghoul, but I have my demon character up and not my ghoul. That's kind of a difference there.
There is a difference there.
Yeah.
Let me roll potential damage. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, so that's 3 points of lethal damage.
Hey. Well, I hope I have a nice roll.
Yep.
No, I don't soak any of it.
Wait, can you even soak it? I never know.
I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know, but fuck it. If I couldn't, I'm not.
I believe if you have blood, like Vita in your system, then you can.
Okay.
Right, so
Well,
the guy out of
whatever.
instinct reaches into his left pocket and gives a violent swing into the side of Kaylee. hoping to use this momentum to dart out of this horrible situation.
She's bending forward actually as you stab her, because you stab her basically probably in like the abdomen or something.
Mm-hmm.
So she's bending forward, and actually by that, since she was sitting on the edge of the bathtub and with her hand still holding his jaw, she'll probably more than likely make it so that you can't get up that easily. And in the meanwhile, she has that very rusty knife.
Mm-hmm.
So she crouches and she holds with her left hand, she's holding the wound or the place where the blade just entered. And she's gonna stab with her right hand as well.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Let's see, that's dexterity melee.
Mm-hmm.
4. I got 1 success.
Right, so that's strength plus potence plus 1.
Mm-hmm. And that would be 2 plus 3 plus 4.
All the damage.
Uh,
1.
1 damage.
As Ricky is about to get up, you sort of give him a nice, well, it's a sort of superficial strike still, across his face. Jerks for a second, but he feels confident at this moment that he can still bolt.
As Ricky's trying to get up, you're gonna see that Jacob is approaching him and gonna give him a swift uppercut straight to the face.
Yeah, I thought as much.
That would
Is that
be
with or without a knife? Because he handed you a few knives.
without a knife. Without a knife, you're doing the cutting tonight.
Ah.
Please roll me 7 dice, targeting the head at a +1 difficulty.
Yeah, alright. That's still. Do you have a specialty?
No.
Alright, that's a single success. Strength plus potence.
Potent. I'll spend the blood point to convert 2 potence into automatic damage. And you just roll
if you spend blood for potence, you can just all of your potence become automatic.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I only have 2 potence. So.
Alright, how much strength?
2.
Alright, let's see how much you knock this guy out. With 3, yeah, 3 right to the. Actually, that's 1 extra because you hit the head. 4. You give him a nice uppercut. You hear the soft crack of his underjaw. His teeth bore through his upper lip. You hear the crack resonates through the entire bathroom as you're quite sure that you just broke this poor sod's jaw, and he just slumps back.
As this is happening, Bitte stands up on the sink so she can get a better view of what's happening in this tiny little bathroom.
And yeah, the guy is out cold as far as you know. But let me roll some fate dice. Bitte probably has some aspects on.
Yeah.
You can hear some rumbling from downstairs.
Okay, so
As like from the stairway.
okay, so Bitte, using her heightened senses, she will touch the walls and almost, well, not almost, she'll place her ear up against the wall closest towards the door, and she will feel and hear a mass amount of feet or rumbling.
Well,
Upstairs. Is it
You
feet
hear
or
like a
maybe?
single set of feet.
Okay, so she hears the pounding of feet coming up the stairs.
Hmm.
So she steps down onto the toilet and then proceeds to block the door. But she has it instead of back towards the door, she has her front towards the door, just in case someone decides to give a knock, she can creep her head out. And then she tells Jacob, she turns to tell Jacob, I hear someone coming up in a panic, Jacob. We might have to get this done. Banging on the door, Bitte just places her hands on there. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Oi, Ricky!
Jacob,
Can't you just hold them? Oh, I don't know
Jacob
that.
will. I'm sorry, go on.
I was going to
No.
say, Bitte will slink outside and greet whoever it is that's banging on the door.
You
He's on the door with you, and he's just gonna say, "Bitte, if you don't mind, if you would, just sit on the toilet, pretend you're using the bathroom." And he'll just take out his knife, and just in case they decide to barge their way in, he'll stand behind the door. Use your charm. You're charming. You know how to do this.
I can do that indeed. Hey, Kaylee, do me a favor. Grab the towel and stick it down this man's throat just in case he decides to wake up. Bitte will.
whoa, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
You
Something
didn't
down someone's throat?
know. Bitte's sitting on the toilet, skirt pulled up, creeping the door open. May I help you? Bathroom's being used, my friend.
As the guy tries to sort of look around you.
Bitte will look up at him with wide eyes, and she will simply smile and say, are you a fan of voyeurism? Would you like to watch me use the bathroom? You might have to pay me some money first.
What? No.
Well,
You,
what
you,
can I help you with then?
you seen Ricky?
I believe I'm using this bathroom alone.
Ricky, you in there, dude?
The bit will close the door just a little so he can't see into the rest of the bathroom. Excuse me, there is a lady in here. Do you mind?
Can you make me a manipulation subterfuge, perhaps? Or, no, you know what? Charisma subterfuge, probably better.
That's 7. Can you roll for me?
Alright. Let me make them rolls for you. Even with the ones, you still have
Two
2
successes.
successes at the very least, depending on your specialties. The guy will just, whatever. Thought I heard something. And then,
Bitte will just
again.
close the door on your face.
You'll
And
hear, rude!
turn back towards Kaylee and Jacob and say, how many people here with dreadlocks? Because he had a full head as well.
Like all of them?
Let's see. Kaylee hasn't had any medical attention, so
Nope.
let's see. Oh, you lose 1 more blood, or 1 more health.
Okay.
Well, you're bleeding.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try and make a let's see, that would be, I guess, manipulation subterfuge to try and not show that she is in pain.
Yeah.
Because fuck that shit. She doesn't want to. They were here to prove something, that she could actually do this, and she wants to do this. Ooh, I only have 2 successes, so either one of you could roll like a what is it, perception empathy, if you like.
Yeah,
In the meanwhile, she has stuffed a towel in the in the mouth of Ricky.
yeah. I'll roll my perception empathy since I'm looking back and seeing how you're performing 4 dice, please.
Yep. And let's put this at lower difficulty because she is bleeding profusely from her abdomen. So yeah, that's at least 2 successes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But Thunder wins.
Yeah, sure. If you want to win this one.
I don't know. We'll see.
we can role play it out. Kaylee, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, boss. It's a sting. Worse than it looks.
You know you can use my blood to heal yourself.
I can.
Uh-huh. Just close your eyes and will the blood that's inside of you from me just move it to the wound. It's a lot of mental concentration. Just take a sec. Look, get out of the tub. Get out of the tub. Take a breather. I got Ricky. I'll hold him down. Just go ahead. Fix yourself up.
Okay, and she is standing up and stepping out of the bathtub, and now you can see like this huge spot that is quickly becoming larger and larger of blood, and it's now also starting to drip down her pants, and so the left or the right leg is now, the entire pants are now covered with blood. And oh wait, she wasn't wearing pants. She was wearing a miniskirt.
A leather miniskirt, even.
Yeah, so it's dripping off the skirt and onto her shoes and past her legs. You can just see all the blood that's now actually flowing on the floor as well.
Bitte, in seeing all the blood, her eyes start to trail down, following the trail of blood trickling on the floor. Her eyes widen and she licks her lips. And she goes to reach for Kaylee's leg, but holds back.
Okay, did you guys eat before this?
No.
We don't need to make frenzy checks.
That's why we got heard. I'm always full at the beginning of the night.
Okay, nice. So Kaylee is closing her eyes and she's trying to sense something in her body, and she's not quite sure what she's looking for. And I'm gonna roll a faith die on this because it's all new to her. She has no idea. Of course it's empty. Fuck that shit. Ah, okay. And when she's about to give up because she really doesn't have an inkling of an idea what Jacob was talking about, and she suddenly feels that weird sensation or something. It's almost like there's some cold spot somewhere in her body, and she just senses it, and she realizes that it has been there like ever since she started drinking Jacob's blood. And she's now mentally grabbing it and pushing it towards the wound. And I think that would heal 1 lethal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we're just going to assume that with that single blood point, you can almost entirely close up the wound. As you sort of feel down in disbelief, you feel that the gash that was like 3 inches wide or something suddenly is like smaller than your thumb. You don't feel any scar tissue either.
Oh my god.
Unless you have that particular flaw that you do.
No, I don't. That's like totally awesome. What the fuck? But I'm gonna stay at 4 because it took her quite a while to actually get this trick, so it would have gone to 5 and then back to 4 again.
Wait, you had previous damage?
No. You gave me 3, then an additional 1, but as she got out of the tub and stood there, time passed because she didn't understand how this worked. So
Alright, yeah. Okay. You're being a hard ass on yourself. I like it.
I like a logic guy in a game. I like it to be logical. So
Okay. Just he's wrapping Ricky up in the plastic bath curtain, and while he's looking at Kaylee, are you feeling better?
a bit. At least it stopped bleeding, and look at it, it's almost gone.
Well, we'll have to pull it back up, won't we? Jacob's going to bite into his wrist once he's done with Ricky, and you're gonna see his blood flowing into his hand. He holds it out for Kaylee to take. Like, go ahead. Drink up.
And you can see that her eyes are now actually a little bit almost like hungry. So she actually doesn't hesitate at this point. She just almost grabs his wrist and starts drinking.
Look at the daddy-daughter having a bonding moment. Bitte will climb back onto the toilet, climb back onto the sink, go into the bathtub, and simply sit on Ricky.
And after Kaylee drank, she still holds that rusty knife, and she's walking over to the bathtub where Bitte and Ricky are now sitting / lying, and she's uncovering the part of Ricky, his head.
Bitte, in seeing Kaylee walk over, she gets excited. She moves over a little. She starts to straddle Ricky and help Kaylee uncover his head. And in uncovering his head, she grabs the dreadlocks towards the front, almost putting him in position for a good scalping. She looks over at Kaylee with just this huge smile growing on her face.
Alright, continue.
Bitte will then press the towel further into Ricky's mouth, and just because she likes to see the tear in someone's eyes, she will start to smack his cheeks to wake him up for the scalping. Ricky, wake up, honey. It's time for some fun.
You'll hear a faint murmur from his broken jar.
Bitte will remove the sock from his mouth. Oh, what is that you said, honey? Please say
Off.
Kaylee is positioning herself now, basically at the back of Ricky, so he can't actually see her, but it's basically because she doesn't want to block Bitte's view of the situation. And she is just grabbing those dreadlocks, actually pulling his head up a little bit so that they're nice and tight. You know, the dreads are just pulling his head up. And she is putting the knife basically at his forehead, and she slowly starts to scalp him.
Jacob is going to spend a blood point for Shadow Point to kind of shove the shadows like deeper into his mouth to help muffle his screams.
Kaylee is continuing until she has all the dreads removed, and she can just see his skull lying there bare. And instead of being like totally freaked out by this, she's actually fascinated. So she just goes on and uses the knife to carve some things into his skull. It's almost like some sort of a graffiti picture that she's now carving into his skull with the tip of the knife.
Bitte
With
gets
the
so
blunt,
excited.
with the blunt, rusty knife. All right. You've already used a lot of force to get his scalpel off. So you almost have to bash in the various
It's fine.
things you have to do with his skull, and as you're sort of doing that, you feel that it gives way a lot more than you expected. And maybe out of curiosity, you might even poke your finger in there for a second.
Not,
well,
not until she finishes her art.
well, the thing is, you can't really finish your art because you're poking in his brain.
That can be art in a way.
You're slicing pieces off his brain as the muffle screams have stopped, and all you have before you is a body, a corpse.
Oh, no, he's not dead yet. Don't let him be dead yet. Bitte wants to go over
He's
and
dead.
start licking and
No, you should have stopped Kaylee, because she doesn't have any medical skill. But she is really fascinated with his brain, so she just starts to get it out of the hole that she created in his skull. She's just like grabbing it and holding it, getting stuff out of it, and like, huh. So that's what is inside a head, huh? It's kind of awesome.
Bitte, in seeing Kaylee play with these brains and seeing this body curled in the fetal position in the tub, she will simply start to snuggle up next to this corpse, looking up towards Kaylee as she's completely fascinated in this brain. Bitte almost gets into a trance in seeing the childlike quality coming out of Kaylee playing with something she's never seen before. And she will just smile and snuggle up against the dead body.
Jacob looks upon what's happening, Bitte in her trance, in her marveling upon Kaylee, and Kaylee, fascinated with this brain, he's gonna give Kaylee a hug and say, "Kiddo, I'm proud of you. I see you're taking a real liking for this. That's good. That's good. Now, Bitte, please be a dear. Make sure Kaylee washes up. Make sure you guys look presentable. We don't need anyone getting any suspicions. Before you leave here, turn on the water in the tub. Let it fill and let it overflow. Eventually, someone's going to find the body, but they don't need to find any trace fingerprints or anything. I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to see that our company, our fellow partygoers, forget that we were even here."
Bitte, upon hearing that, she jumps up, standing over the body, grabs Kaylee, pulls her into the bathtub, quickly closes the cloth left behind from the shower curtain, because there's always two, and she turns on the water. Really, really hot. Steam starts to fill the room. The body starts to move just a little as the water starts to fill in the bathtub. And Bitte proceeds to wash Kaylee's hands, and there's a little bit of splatters on her face, and she starts to scoop up the brain matter and throw it into the toilet, flushing it every once in a while. And then after a few minutes, Bitte will clog the bathtub with a roll of paper towels or toilet paper, and she will escort Kaylee out, hopefully no one noticing that they leave the bathroom.
Wait. You can just hear Kaylee, this water is really hot. I think really fucking hot. And she just manages it. It kind of hurts in that wound because it's still not entirely closed, so she grunts a little bit, but she doesn't forget one thing, and she's like, Bitte, there's blood from me, like, all over the bathroom floor.
So Bitte, before leaving, she'll grab the shower head, because, all bathrooms have to have those removable shower heads. And she just starts to spray down the bathroom. She grabs a thing of rubbing alcohol that was in the cabinet. She starts to spray that around everywhere, mixing the water and the rubbing alcohol, so that even if somebody wanted to pick up a trace of the blood, it would be untraceable, unidentifiable. And then she looks over at Kaylee. Is that better for you, dear? Now no one will be able to know that it's you.
Yeah, but I kind of want to do something first. And she's just like positioning almost the guy, and she's actually gonna put the knife like straight into that hole in his skull, and making sure that that she now grabs it not with her bare hands, but with like part of her clothing. So she just wraps her clothing around the knife, brushing it clean of any fingerprints that were on there, and then just plunk, putting it straight into the skull. And she's also gonna grab the what was it called again that they took upstairs?
The bong?
And yeah, that thing. And she's just gonna put it in his hands. So, yeah.
And while you guys were cleaning up, Jacob went downstairs. He was looking for that blonde guy. Should I make an investigation roll, or
La 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 la. No, you can't find him right away. So yes, make an investigation roll.
All right. Perception and investigation. 6 dice, please. Anybody?
Yeah. Someone could. Well, I can roll for you. Give me a second. That's 6 dice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's 3 successes. You don't know why you didn't see this before, but oh, all right. He's just sitting there in the kitchen, smoking a bong.
Oh, hey, bro, man, that line for the bathroom is getting fucking long, man.
Yeah, there was a chick there.
Yeah? Wow. Girls always take forever in the bathroom, man. As a dude, it's like zip, tuck out, go, zip up, done.
Yeah. So did you go? Wait, were you there in the bathroom?
No, bro, no. I kind of like saw you coming downstairs as I was just coming up. Do you want to make a manipulation subterfuge?
No, he's gonna bleed anyway.
Okay. Hey, bro, I need you to do me a favor. Would you do me a favor? Like, my old lady, she she doesn't really like me coming out and partying and whatnot. And Jacob's gonna put his hand on his shoulder, kind of like leaning in and kind of like talking serious to him. I need you to forget that me and my friends were ever here. I'm rolling 16.
Did you say 16?
No, 6.
6.
Yeah.
All right.
It's subterfuge.
That'd have been some shit if it was 16.
Alright, let's look at its difficulty. So that's 3, which means you can reconstruct one scene of his life.
Yeah, it's I can remove permanently.
It's a permanent removal, and if I remember correctly, you can also alter. So you can take it away and put something else there.
Yeah. What I've described to him is he's just not gonna remember that we were there. There was, of course, a malfunction with the bathroom. Doesn't quite remember it's his face. He just remembers that some chick was in the bathroom. Like, sort of seeing her face when she opened the door is gone.
Alright, yeah. And he just seems to be nodding his head as you say this, yeah. Yeah.
So as Jacob kind of turns away, he doesn't see his face again. He's going to look for Owen. Is Owen around?
No. Owen's outside.
Oh, okay, man, okay.
He was like, fuck this shit, I'm staying outside.
So as you are doing that, Bitte and Kaylee will start to walk down the stairs. Kaylee in front of Bitte. They'll stroll down the stairs and turn to meet with Jacob. Bitte will creep her head over.
No. Kaylee is not gonna meet with Jacob because then she has to enter the house again, and she's still covered in blood, so she is walking out.
No, I washed you up. How are you covered in blood?
It's not that easy to wash blood out of clothing.
Oh, well, true. Okay.
Now she just looks like a wet, bloody person.
Yeah.
Thanks, vampire.
I guess then we'll go right to the front door, and we run into an open outside.
Alright, you guys. Oh shit. The fuck? Oh. What you do? She's just fucking. Is that a lot of mess?
Oh, don't worry, it's mostly mine.
Oh, that's the fucking shit. Never mind, it's not my fucking problem. Alright. As he put a cigarette in his mouth, he just leans in closer to your wound. Alright, yeah. I'll get you patched up. Yeah, fuck. Alright. Better. Can you drive?
No, she can't.
Will she say that she can't?
I can.
No.
Jacob.
Oh, Lord Burns, you're gonna drive? Awesome. Flicks away the cigarette. Right? You're in the back with me, Kaylee. I'm gonna patch you up. Fuck.
Yeah, it kind of still hurts.
Aye. It's gonna be just fine.
I didn't expect him
just
to have
need
a knife.
You never expect people to have knives. That's why I never have knives.
At that point, she just tosses the threads towards, probably towards Bitte, because Jacob has to drive.
It comes up over Bitte's shoulder, dreadlocks, and they land in her lap. So she sees that her eyes get really wide because she likes Kaylee's dreadlocks so much that she just instantly starts to braid and fiddle and bun the dreadlocks in her lap, trying to make them all pretty. But seeing as they're not really connected to anything, they're just kind of flipping and flopping and moving around, getting little splats of blood on the inside of the car from the scalp. And then she looks over at Jacob and she's like, sorry, I can't help myself. I'm getting blood everywhere. I'll see you later.
As Owen seems to be able to keep himself together, seeing a flying scalpel and blood and gore flying around the place. He's like, fuck this shit. Puts Kaylee down, and I'm gonna make a dex medicine to try and patch you up. Aye. So he gets out his first aid kit, actually a needle. This might sting a little, and starts sewing you up. The wound that's still there.
That's just a little.
Ah, shush you. Next time use blood to heal this thing.
I did.
A bit hearing Kaylee squeak and squirm in the back, she'll turn around in the front seat and put her hands on the shoulder of the seat and then press her head on her hands, just wanting to watch the show.
Almost have instinct. Owen just pushes Bitte away a little bit. Like, I can't work when people like, please, afterwards.
Okay, Bitte will turn around and look back forward, but she'll be all huffy puffy now.
Jacob
Realizing
will
what he
just
just did.
for her to watch through that.
What'd you say?
No, Jacob will adjust the rear view mirror so you can watch through the rear view mirror.
Jacob and merely pat his thigh, saying thank
You will actually see that Owen does a pretty good job. Almost like he has done this more often than he should have in his lifetime.
Proud of you. Let's say we all go out for some ice cream. Yes?
you. Bitte says nothing.
And Kaylee is not saying anything either because, first of all, she's clenching her teeth together because it really hurts. And secondly, ice cream, there's a hole in her shirt, there's still blood there, and no!
As Owen has a little bit of blood on his fingers. No shit. Mm. Thinks about it, but thinks better than to say anything against the doctors, so he's just gonna clean the wound. Like, fuck that.
So no one actually says anything.
Like, no, I'm not.
Real
Almost
quick, out of
mumbling.
character, though, I only have like 10% left of my battery on my phone.
Alright. We can end the scene with maybe going out for ice cream or just going home.
Well, since no one says anything, Jacob will shrug. All right. If y'all don't want ice cream, I'll just drive us back home. It's going to be my treat. And, yeah, we can end scene there.
Okay, well, everybody, thank you for watching our second part of Busted.
Busted!
You are busted.